one of my advertisers, the vendor, wants to move some of the sponsored product budget to sponsor brands video, and sponsor display. The sponsored product campaigns account for 80% of sales and 33% of sales. And use your suggestions on this. That's a good question. The best question or case to ask would be, of course, like, hey, is it okay if we get additional budget here instead of pulling from sponsored product ads? Now, the difference on that is going to be, one, just what is the brand comfortable with? Sometimes brands have very set budgets and you have to work within them. And then the second thing that you'll have to figure out is like what is the performance on sponsored product ads? Like, are they pushing for it because they're looking for sales volume and market share increases, or are they just saying like, hey, we see potential here? Or are they pushing because they're saying, hey, sponsored products doesn't work really well from us. Let's try sponsor brands video and display and do it that way. So you do want to kind of read the room in the context. Whenever you can further talk with a brand and understand the why and what is it that I'm trying to achieve. Example of this, and apologies for kind of going on a rabbit trail here, but this is going to help you tremendously as an account manager. Understanding again, what is the client, what is the brand, what is the vendor wanting to get out of this objective, goal, strategy, etc. So again, in the case of we need to achieve a 10% total ACoS number. Okay, that's the goal. Why? Most of the times it's for profitability. Oh, I need better profitability because I'm worried that I'm not having good enough cash flow to make reorders, right? That would be a very specific why. Sometimes you can get to the specific why, sometimes you can't. Sometimes they're saying, oh, I think if I could get a 10% total ACoS, then I could finally get, XYZ net profit that I'm looking to achieve. Well, in that context, sometimes if you get to the why, you understand that, oh, it's not actually the 10% total ACoS you want. You're looking for XYZ profit dollars every month. Do you think maybe I could figure out some strategies to get you XYZ profit dollars instead of this 10% total ACoS that you're looking at me? Because I feel like if we try and get this number, it's actually going to hurt this one because I know what you actually want. So I would get a goal of what it is that they actually want. Because if you are more skilled at ad management, then you should have a much better gauge or understanding. Sometimes we have greater context or, just experience to be able to suggest better, more efficient strategies. So I would look at it there. As far as what would my recommendations or suggestions on this, I would say if you can get the additional budget, I would recommend starting slow with them. Say, okay, let's treat this as a test. Full disclosure, the sponsor, like all of these ad types may or may not perform at the level in which you're wanting them to. So we're treating all of this like a test. It's brand new. What is your comfort levels on budget allocations for these tests? That's how I'd frame that question. And then as far as what to do, I would set them up. I would focus on the best sellers for these products, and I would focus on the keywords and the ASIN targets, etc., that you've already determined work in your sponsored product ads. So you're honing in on specific products. It depends on the size of the catalog. If there's like 2 products and you're like, testing on everything. If there's 100 products, you're like, let's slow down and test this like incrementally, right? So you want to look at the ones, where does it make the most sense to test? And what's a reasonable ad budget for these tests? And then I would go about it that way.